today. I hope I get to hang with some of you today. But we're working. Girl is working. Yeah, I'm working. I'm working on this beautiful, I think these are called Dear Jane quilts. I'm not sure. But what I wanted to share, let me see, is how beautiful this quilt is. And yeah, we're going to just work together. I hope that's okay. Let's see if I have anybody here. If no one's here, I'm still going to film. And the reason I'm going to still film is so that like, y'all could just hang with me. I think working is kind of daunting. Every job could be daunting. But if you guys hang out with me, I think it makes my life a little bit easier. I'm going to move you to this camera. I wanted to show you the design that we picked is called Pickup Sticks. It's called Pickup Sticks, and it's really pretty. It's a very linear, all lines kind of design. And her quilt is very line, like it has half square triangles. It has a lot of these little beautiful hourglass. And she also has some, I don't know if this is called applique. It's like a type of applique, but it's a sewn on applique. I think this applique is really hard, but it's beautiful. So let me move you a little bit so we could kind of give you eye candy. And I don't know if anybody's commenting. If you're commenting, if you're here, please tell me that the volume's okay. I see that the system says shoot, that the volume is okay. I guess I can't move that camera. I'll move you here. I can't move that camera. She's going to give me a hard time. Like every live stream, I end up having problems. But it's all right. The more I do it, I think the better it'll get. So I'm going to just use this camera to focus on here. So this is the camera I'm talking about. She gave me problems. Give me a hard time. I don't know if I'm even live. Yeah, I think I'm live. Okay, I'm live. So it says I'm live, but no one's with me, I guess. Or no one's commenting. Let me see. Hold on. Just keep on watching the camera. Let's see. Okay, she's on. I'm going to look on my computer to see if people are here. And then I'm going to also plug in this camera. So you can see me working here. I'm going to move that right now. Oh, Roxy. Let me entertain you with my crazy dog that got me in trouble. You're a troublemaker. Say hi, Roxy. Go, go, go. Go outside. Go defend the land. They're just people. Leave them alone. Good job, Cookie. Cookie got them out of my room. So I don't have to be fiddling with them. I just started and turned on this quilt. I want to get her done. I also finished a couple of her other quilts. I need to trim. I need to trim this quilt. I think this quilt is beautiful. It has a panel. Hold on, let me get it. I've been trying to get a lot of work done, but it's kind of slow going. But I'm getting it done. I have a couple clients that want me to do hand binding, and so when I do hand binding, it just kind of, that's a lot of work, especially making it. So now you're getting to see it switching, my switcher. And while I'm working, I'm going to turn you around so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to be trimming that quilt right there. I'm going to trim it real quick. I don't think, some of you guys charge for trimming. I don't charge for trimming, but some of you, but anyway, I trim my client's quilt because I think it's a better presentation than showing all the fabric and all the stuff that's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and, I have a really neat system. Let me see if I can show you. Let me go here. I have a really neat system. I have all my rollers right here, and then this is my cutting station, and I'll bring you down. And I know the light is kind of changing because of the, come on, I'm trying to get my computer to work. Maybe my mouse is not okay. So, all right. I bought a design for a client. So I'm going to trim the quilt. I'm going to let you see how I trim. I have this really long ruler. Yep, well, there we go. And here's my, I'm going to share with you, I trim a quilt really quickly. And I trim in an angle. All right, the long arm stopped working. All right, let's switch you to the long arm. Did she finish? No. She did not finish. What the hell? Hey, babe. Hello from Iowa. How are you? Hello from Texas. Texas. I'm working on this quilt. I love this quilt. I wanted to showcase this quilt. The client is really sweet. I hope my volume's okay. And I'm going to... And hopefully you can see what my machine is doing. I'm trying to find placement. And hopefully... Wow, I don't know what the hell just happened to one of my videos. But let me see. Let's see what I'll do. Shoot. That's why I don't like live streams sometimes. I think I'm a control freak a bit. And when nothing goes my way, I get very, like, flustered. So here's the long arm. Hopefully you can see it well. I'm trying to get my cameras to come back on. I lost two of them. But we're good. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and... this design is kind of hard to, like, realign because she repeats herself a bit. So I'm going to go here and not move the quilt. And then let it restart. When I restart the quilt, sometimes I have to unstitch some of the stitches. Well, okay. Let me put you up here. The size gamma I have, it's a optimum. I think my machine is a 32 inch, so it's really long. I have a very large machine. And I'm gonna, if you wanna know why that's a good thing, the reason it's important for me to have a large machine is, so let me get my mind. The machine, for example, the longer you have the throat space of your machine, you know how long that is, the more designs, the wider the design you could put on the long arm. So I could put literally a 24-inch design all the way across, from here, from the back of the pickup bar, because that's what that's called. And this is called the belly bar. So from here to here, I even didn't have the long arm all the way up. I have close to a 28 span throat space. Now, one of the reasons I don't do 28, I could literally make giant, huge designs across the long arm. The reason I don't do that is when, let me go here, so the machine. This pickup bar, it rolls the fabric. The bigger your quilt, the thicker that roll will get, and you'll lose some space. So I could kind of quilt 26-inch designs. I hope you can hear me. I could quilt these beautiful 26-inch designs, and meaning I can get more quilting done faster. A lot of quilts that have smaller throat space, you end up losing, the space shrinks in. 2 things to look for if you're looking for a long arm. Okay, Matthew? 2 things. You want the long arm to have a curvature here. A curvature here, because that curvature, like here, down here at the bottom, you want that curvature when the machine goes back. You also want the back curvature. Let me get you to see the back curvature. You see the back curvature of the machine back here? Here, this camera's not working. You want that back curvature too, because that back curvature, in a minute, we're doing a live, you're gonna see me rolling the quilt. And as the quilt rolls, it gets thick on the back, and that's called a pickup bar. My pickup bar lifts up so it's not dragging on the machine, and it also rolls the fabric in itself, and it allows you to be quilting row by row. So longarm quilting is not random, it's literally row, and then you roll it and you quilt another row. No, I have the old Optimum. Mine's an old Optimum okay, so there's a classic and there's an Optimum. Hold on. Yeah, I'm on a live. But you could come in. Hold on. No, y'all could come in. Come on. Sure? Yeah, we're doing live. Why not? Hannah, come in. She already went down. Oh. Hold on, guys. I have an embroidery job. Give me a second. You want me to embroider the jackets for you?
I was going to ask how much it would cost.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You sure?
I'm just going to poke your eyes out. Don't worry about it. Where do you want the logo? Okay.
No, the logo's already on it.
Oh.
I just want my name on it.
What side?
Wherever you think's best.
Usually, okay, I can't do it on this side because there's a pocket. Maybe I can. If I remove, are you okay with me removing this and resewing it? Yeah?
Whatever you need to do.
Okay, I could put, but it would be better if I did it down here.
That's fine.
Would that be okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want it in white?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what caps? You want it cap? Or,
what do you mean?
Do you want it like a capital J and lower? Mm-hmm. Okay. Or do you want it all caps?
Not just the capital J.
Okay. So send me the spelling of your name.
Okay. They're all the same.
Okay, I'll do those. I'll do those today.
Thank you.
All right, no problem, Jalen. Just text me your phone number. Okay. Text me your name. So when because I could Jaeea, I'll spell it wrong. Okay, I'll do that later today. I love you, son, okay?
They're coming?
Yeah, they're coming. Take them with you. Sorry, guys.
There you go.
I'm so sorry, but okay. I bought a used Optimum Minus with a 12. You wanted to retrofit it? Okay, Matthew, you wanted to retrofit it? So you wanted to put like a gamma system in it, or there's another system you could put in it that would cost you like $10,000. Let me get my dogs out of here. Can y'all bring me a drink? Jalen. All right, they didn't hear me. You can retrofit it, but see, some of the things that are really hard with retrofitting is gamma is really expensive for putting to put a gamma back into to put a gamma system on an old gamma. They're really expensive. I mean, I understand why you did it. What Gammo's going to try to do to you is, if you want to retrofit it, is Gammo's going to try to convince you to get a brand new machine. And because the retrofitting can cost up to $20,000. Am I wrong, Matthew? Yeah, right. But there is, oh gosh, I wish I knew. Let me look. Let me look for a second, okay? I'm going to switch you here so you guys can watch the quilt for a minute. I'm going to roll it so you guys can see me rolling the machine. There is a company for about $10,000. You could put it's called an iPad system. It has an iPad system. You could put an iPad on your long arm, like on the frame system, I believe. You could, let me here. You could put an iPad on your system, and I think, gosh, is it No, it's they literally add a robotic system to your machine. Um, Shoot, I can't figure it out right now. I'm sorry, I'm being dumb. Like I can't think right now. But you can put a robotic system on it. I know a friend of mine who did get a long arm like you did. Yes, IQ system too. Retrofits. Whew. Oh, sorry. Oh Lord. $24,000. Can I ask you what Gamma wanted to charge you? Matthew, please share. What did Matthew Gamma want to? Because that's cheap. I remember they used to retrofit Gamos for like $10,000, but that's been years. I have a friend of mine who has she has two long arms that she had retrofitted by them. Now let me just say this. You're probably like, is it worth it? It's worth. It makes you itch, right? Ooh, is it worth it? One, depends on how old you are. I think if you're like 80 years old, just enjoy your gamel without the computerized system and play and learn how to learn how to be a long armor, like a real long armor, not a computer pusher. And enjoy it and play with it. You don't need a very long throat to do custom quilting, and I think custom quilting is beautiful. I know a couple people that Jamie Madison made a career through custom quilting. Hello from Tennessee. Thank you for finding me and sharing with everybody, please. No, I'm glad you're here. I really am. I'm excited that you're here. Okay, hold on. So, depending on your age, I was thinking about this when I started long arming today. Like, is this a good financial decision? My answer is yes. Is this a good financial decision to invest $24,000 into it? Yes. Yes. But what I also recommend is there is a Longarm Quilting University. A Longarm Quilting University. It's online. They sell their machines. You can get a machine with a computerized system for $24,000. And it has a gamma already. And it already has everything on it. I know. You have a handy quilter. Okay, yeah. They have the little iPad, right? Things, majigs. So, I really love Gamel. And let me tell you why. I've had Gamel since 2008. So I'm going to work. Okay, I'm working today. I'm working. So I have a Gamel. I've had it since 2008. I really didn't start making, like working with it. I really was using the Gamel like to learn because I was scared to, I was really scared to put clients' quilts on my long arm and then screw a client's quilt up because just in fabric sometimes you're spending like $300 or $400, and then for me to screw up their quilt, like there's no way. So for a good, I think I didn't really start working on the gamel since 2010 maybe. So I got in 2008 November of that year, and then it was delivered January 9th 2009 of the next year. So that's when I ordered it and I got it. So I don't think I really started long arming for people till I was a lot more like I wasn't long arming for people for a long time, maybe a year. And also too, let me just say this to you, I was scared of it. I was scared of the long arm, and I was scared of screwing the damn thing up. Okay. Good Lord. My dog just stepped on my sewing machine. I was scared of screwing the darn thing up. Okay, I was scared of. Don't, if you get any machine, any of you get a machine, no matter what machine you got, start using it the minute you get it. Don't be afraid of it, ruin it, destroy it, break it, because that's when you have the warranty. What happened to me is, the I ended up screwing up the computer on the back of the machine. I ended up getting like I sparked it from, you know when you spark each other? What is it? Whatever. I sparked the back of the machine. I touched the motherboard and I sparked it. So I ended up having to pay about $800 for a brand new computer component to the back of the machine. And the guy said, you know, it's crazy. Your warranty just went out last week. They should have still given it to me, but whatever. That was stupid on my part. I should have like broken the machine back when, and then they would have covered it. Does that make sense? So my recommendation is it worth, you're probably thinking, is it worth spending $24,000? My recommendation, if you can get a low interest rate, like maybe 0% interest on that $24,000, and you're serious about long arming, and you're serious about the business, and you're serious to go out there and just first learn the machine, then start working for others, you'll get your money back. Okay, you'll get your money back. You'll get your money back, because case in point, when I am really busy, I'm going to just, when I'm busy. So I have seasons where I'm busy for like 3 months, or I'll have a month, like it's just a downfall. I will quilt 15 quilts that week. Now let's say the average quilt, some of them are 200, some of them are 100, some of them are 70. Let's say an average, they're all like $100. So that week, when I finish quilting all those quilts, and I'm just going to say, I'm lowballing it, but let's say I made $1,500. $1,500 that week. But let me just share this other aspect of it. I have already been established. Like, I have a following. I have YouTube. People watch me on YouTube. People like know that what I do, and they've seen how I work. So when I first started, you know, I would get maybe, I was excited if I got 3 quilts a week. And I thought that was great, because some quilts were like $200, one quilt was $150, and maybe another quilt was $70. So do you see some weeks I made $700, some weeks I made $300, some weeks I made $150. Okay. But yes, I do recommend that. I think doing longarm quilting, it can be a new, it could be a really great side hustle. It really is. This longarm quilting machine, when I'm really busy, hold on, I need to work. I'm here and I'm like talking to y'all. When originally I got it, because I did you know, you saw that young man, and so you saw that young man bring me embroidery. I think if you want to make money on the side hustle, vinyl shirts, or learning how to do vinyl with a Cricut cutter and a heat press, you can make a lot of money. And you could also, it's cheaper to buy an embroidery machine than a long arm. But all those kind of, if you want a side hustle, a t-shirt business or a hat embroidery business, those make you a lot of income. As a matter of fact, I made a lot of income with embroidery, because originally my business was embroidery. That's how I had a side hustle of embroidery. That was my jam. Sorry if there's machine noise. So, but if you got a long arm already, there's potential money there. There's potential money. Originally, I wanted the long arm to do a lot of custom quilting. And the reason I started really focusing on the business of the long arm is because my husband lost his job. And Just give you insight. My husband was making $70,000, and all of a sudden he started making he made $28,000. So he lost a substantial amount of his income. And I remember, like, I'm being honest. We had $120. I had a Durango. I gave that Durango away. I had a Durango that, shoot, in 1 week I put $120 in gas, and it didn't even take me 200 miles. And then I had $120 to feed, like, I had $120 either feed my 5 kids or put gas in a car. And I was freaking out. I'm being honest. And I prayed for God to help me. And all of a sudden, the little non-established business, I didn't have really a lot of clients. I remember a brother in Christ told me, I have a sister who's quilting, and I'm going to tell her about you. And she came to me in that season, and she brought 5 of her friends, and all 5 of her friends had 3 quilts. Now, this is one of the things I did to get the work, because any work, I was desperate for work. I was desperate. Um, Hold on. I was desperate for work, and I'm just gonna sew this down. I was desperate for work and any work. So what I would do is I would do these specials. If you bring me 3 quilts, I will long arm. I will long arm the smallest one for free. And that's really how I started establishing um, clients for myself, because no one wants to come to someone new who they don't know if they like their work. Hopefully you can still see me. No, you can't. And so the way I got myself some business is I gave specials. I used to do a summer special because quilters don't tend to bring their quilts to their clients, or quilters don't tend to bring quilts to clients in the summer because they're busy. I'm finding placement. You're like, what's she doing? I'm finding the next row placement. So I would do a summer special, and that's why Joann's was like such a big deal to the crafting community. The quilt, we like deals, so be a deal for your community. I ended up charging 2 quilts and then doing one for free, the smallest one. Or I would do, I'll give you batting for free for one of your quilts. And I would buy my batting at, where did I buy my batting? I buy it at, right now I buy my batting at Marshall's Dry Goods. I buy like a 50 roll, 25, is it a 25 roll? A big giant roll. It costs literally, I did a video on it years ago on Marshall's Dry Goods fabric, back fabric, and quilting. So I would do, it was like $5 a yard, and it's like it's just, was it 108 or 90 wide? 90 wide, and it would be, anyway, $5 a yard, 90 wide, batting. Or I would give batting for free. I go, bring me all 3 quilts. I'll charge you for all 3, and so the batting for each client cost me $10. And I gave, but when they bought batting at Joann's, it cost them $50. So they were getting a deal. Like, they're like, in their mind, they're like, oh my God, best ever. They're like excited, but they came and they got, they didn't have to spend $60 or $40 or $50 or $20 on batting, because I was giving it to free, but it was only costing me maybe $10 or $15 depending on the batting. Also too, one of the agreements they had to agree with is if I could Frankenstein the batting, meaning I could fuse the batting together, use batting together, that they would be okay with it because it was free. And none of them said no. They were all, hell yeah. So I would quilt 3 quilts, charge for those 3 quilts, and they all got free batting. So there's ways of establishing business. And so I'm just kind of, if you have a long arm, you have money. It's just how, to figure out how to get people in your door. And then those 5 women who I did, quilted 2, did 3, they all brought me 3 quilts because of the deal. Because piecers have a whole bunch of quilts in their closet, but they don't want to pay so much for the quilting. Now, I'm just going to share this. They're willing to pay for 2 quilts, knowing that they'll get a quilt for free, and that quilt, if they were charged, they would be having to pay $150. And I would tell them, I recommend that you bring me all your king size quilts, all your king size quilts. So some of them would bring me their king size quilts, and of course I was making more money because it's a king size quilt, right? But they were getting, so I would charge maybe like 190 for a king size quilt each one at the time, because now I charge more. I charge more, a lot more. So it's 190 per. So they knew they were getting $190 worth of quilting for free. Make big incentives, big incentives. And then I said, and then bring me all your twins or bring me all your babies. In a baby quilt, they'd pay me $50. So for 2 of them, they paid $100 and they got $50 for free. Make it worth their coming to you. And that's how literally how I got it, like I got a down flood. And I remember saying to the Lord, I only have $120 for gas or for groceries. And I just couldn't handle seeing what I want to cry. Seeing my kids look in the refrigerator and not see food, right? So I got groceries, and then God brought me clients. God brought me a whole bunch of clients. Those 5 women told their 5 friends. Their 5 friends came to me. Then their 2 friends, you may not get all 5, but you'll get 2 of those 5 friends. And then they got, oh my God, she's doing this. They started coming to me, and I did this for a good 3-4 years, okay? 3 or 4 years. Hold on, let me see your comments. Okay, can I post your comment, Jennifer? I'm going to post your comment. Man, it won't show it. Jennifer is saying that I'm terrified of messing up any client's quilt. Yeah, I get it. But once you know the system, you can do it. Once you know how to find placement with yours, yeah, I think it's ready. It's ready. Okay. Once you find placement with yours, once you know how the thread breaks, once you know how to do your tension, once you know how to do all that stuff, give yourself a chance to custom quilt for a client. I want to share this in custom quilting. You can fix everything. You really can. Any mistake you make on the long arm, you can fix it. You could fix warping. You could fix like when the machine, like this one machine, is getting caught in some areas of her piecing because it's real thick in some spaces, so it does a jump. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my tension. See how I rolled it here? Here, I'm gonna get another camera over here so that you guys could see me. Once, give yourself a chance. You're not gonna, I was telling somebody, I went to Big Ben. The first time I went, I was training for Big Ben in 2023. Hold on, I need to trim a quilt. Maybe I can move you here. I was training for Big Ben in 2023. Come on, computer. Are you there? And I went to a trail, and I kind of messed up. I didn't eat enough. I didn't drink enough water. I wasn't hydrated, and I fell apart on one of the trails. It's a window trail, and I also was probably like, well, right now, at the time, I was probably like 55 pounds more weighted than I am now. And I took a backpack. The backpack broke on me. The backpack broke on me. Go ahead, girls. I had an old backpack that the straps were old and rotten. They were dry rotted. And sometimes nothing prepares you for working for a person other than just going for it. Just go for it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I had my long arm for a long time, and I bought my long arm in 2008. I got it in 2009. In 2010 is when my husband lost his job, and nothing like now you have to. Like, now you have to. Now, like now you're gonna, and to be honest, I was scared to do those ladies' quilts. And I did mess up. I did mess up. I'm not gonna know. There's not gonna be no lie. I did mess up. But you know what I learned? I learned this. When you're piecing, you mess up. I learned that I knew I could unstitch. It's fabric. You could unstitch. I remember one time I wanted to be fancy pants, and I wanted to do the quilting on a client's corner because I couldn't get the machine to align it right. And I hadn't really practiced with rulers at all. I didn't really practice with rulers that much. And I screwed up that corner. Like, I ruined it. Ruined corner on a client's quilt. And I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? The blessing is that corner, the back fabric was the same color. Oh my God. I unstitched my horrible quilting. And when I was unstitching, I caught the fabric and I tore a hole in it. So I went into a tailspin, like, oh my God, like my blood pressure went down. I had cold sweats. And then I was like, okay, figure this out. One, you could always call a client for the extra fabric. She probably has a scrap. Two, now that makes you look like a bad long armor. But two, she had fabric that matched that fabric. So I took the fabric off. I recut the border. I unstitched everything I long armed. I put a brand new piece of fabric. I re-sewed the whole thing. It took me like an hour or two to unstitch and re-sew, and then I put it back on the long arm and I fixed it. And I learned at that moment that in quilting, you could always fix stuff. You could always fix a wavy border by putting a pleat. You could always fix, it's just like piecing. You could always fix, like when you mess up on a piecing project, you could always fix it. And I learned this with my laser. I messed it up the first week I got it. I did something to it. It messed up. I think they over tightened something. It wasn't me, okay? It wasn't me. It was me. I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna, I messed up. It's ruined forever. It's like $18,000. Like, like, and I called them, and I just fixed it. Like, it got fixed. They sent me the part. They sent me the tool. They sent me the information how to put it together. And so as I've learned, everything that's made by man can be fixed by a human man. Everything. So if a human quilted that quilt, I could fix that quilt. And so I just learned that because I would panic. Recently, my embroidery machine messed up. Now, maybe I can't fix it. Maybe I didn't have the capacity to fix it. But there's always somebody, Gary's complaining, that has the ability to fix it. And I took it to this guy. He fixed it in a day. Everything that's been engineered by humans can be fixed. Please. So my recommendation, hold on, let me get Gary to stop. You don't work right, but now you're making noise. So, Matthew, my recommendation is, if you're on the fence, and honestly, you can still do it you can still do quilting for people without a system. You can still do it. There's Jamie Madison. She's an award-winning quilter. She also has books now because she couldn't afford the robotic system. I think, like, just because you see someone having a robotic system doesn't mean it's a necessary thing. You're just going to work slower. It's going to take you a little bit more time to get quilts done. And if you're motivated, I think if you're motivated, nothing can stop you. Nothing. I remember getting my embroidery machine, my little one, my one needle. I made baby quilts and sold them because I wanted money for myself because I was a stay-at-home mom. And sure enough, man, I would make myself a little side hustle. And it's, look how beautiful this quilt is. Let me see. Do I have it right? Look how beautiful. But no matter how much you train, like no matter how much I trained for Big Ben, I had to jump into the swimming pool. And let me just tell you, Big Ben is torture. It's torture out there. But you know what I learned about myself? That I could live through torture. I could live through it. And I was telling my husband when he was like, we were talking, he's like, why would anybody do what you did, what you're doing? I went back to Big Ben the second time. So I failed the first time. Well, I felt like I failed the first time. In November when I first went, I felt like I failed. And so I made another trip in November because I wanted to, I learned something in that failure. I learned something in that feeling like I'm disqualified, like I didn't succeed. I learned that I was doing a lot of cardio. Hello from Washington. I was doing a lot of cardio and I should have been doing bodybuilding. And I learned that, so when I went back in January, because I went in November and failed, and then I went back in January, the end of January, the beginning of February. Let me see. I'm getting my client's stuff ready. She wanted me to get, okay, so I need to fix this. I just learned a lot from failure, and I think when you start long arming for clients, you are going to privately fail. Privately fail, and you're going to struggle. And you're seeing me do live streams, and one of my cameras was turning off, so you see on the screen, you don't see anything. You see that I did another live stream where the color quality was horrible. Like you see failure. Well, you could say it's failure, right? Because it didn't go so smoothly. But in that, I got specific cameras that are all the same quality cameras. I ended up buying different, see, and I'm going to connect this camera, a different system. I'm going to move you so you can see me and you can see the quilt better. I wanted to connect this specific camera so you could see the quilt itself. It's beautiful. Oh, you see me? Yes, you see me? So try, do work for clients. Don't not try. Give it a big old go. Hold on, I'm gonna connect another camera. So, see, failure, I'm having to connect another camera because the camera that I connected wouldn't adjust. Hold on, you don't want to see my face. Come close. All right, let's see. Good afternoon, my friends. Okay, I'm connecting. Okay, I'm gonna move you here. I have a yeah. No knocking little machines either. Or smaller long arms. It does the same work. No one's going to tell the difference. Kathy was sharing this. I need to go here. Something happened with my comments. I can't move them. So Matthew, what are you going to do? Right? It's a lot of pressure. Here, I'm going to move this, and I'm going to see how this camera looks for you. I'm going to put you here. All right. I'm going to move you here. It's going to look dumb, okay? But I'm going to see if I can get the camera to respond to me. Yeah. Go out. Please go out. Yes? Did it go out? No. Okay. Let's see. Failure is okay. I have a mother who's a real big perfectionist, and you can't be perfect. I think, I don't know, in the 1950s, that generation, they dressed like business people. They were all together. They ironed everything. And you end up being pressured constantly to be perfect. You don't have to be. You don't have to be perfect at all. As a matter of fact, be a mess. I think you'll enjoy life better. Or I have been enjoying life better being a messy person. Not a messy person, how is it? Enjoying failing. Being okay with it. Giving yourself grace. Hold on. So now you get to see the quilt being quilted right in front of you. It should be in front of you, right? Fire by night. All right. And I noticed, I did the block swap. Man, y'all, hard on yourselves about little dumb things. A lot of pressure. But no, try it. Give it a chance. This long arm helped me renovate my bath. This long arm helped me pay for renovating in here, upstairs and downstairs. This long arm helped me renovate my kitchen and not get a loan on it, because any money I made on this machine and on YouTube, I put away so I could save it, because I had a kitchen that was horrible. All the material for my clients. And yeah. Let me see if I could get it to work. I'm trying to get another camera to work. Okay, trying to get this camera to work, and it's not. Come on, open. Okay, that maybe not. Come in. Come on. Focus on me. Come up, come up, come up. All right, it's fine. It's okay. Now, Matthew, do they want to sell you the gamma or the retrofitting? They don't like retrofitting. $24,000. Their way of thinking is that if they give you a brand new machine, they'll warranty the machine, and they warranty your machine, and right? Am I wrong? They want to warranty your machine, and that's kind of how they try to convince you. Look, Gamos, they know what I have. They want me to trade in this for what they're selling you. No. Mine's the Optimum 32. What I love about Gamel, I've had her for 9, 10. I've had her for 13 years. She's been a great machine. She still looks brand new. And I've worked her like a workhorse. If you want a side hustle, embroidery. I have videos on embroidery. I just did a video on embroidery. I did a video where I screwed up the client's hat on embroidery. and then I unstitched it, and then I restitched it, and I screwed that up, and then I fixed it, and then it looked great. You can't see that I screwed it up, and then I gave the hat for free to the client. Like, I didn't charge him. I think embroidery, or the cheapest way of making money, is get yourself a Cricut. Start learning how to work a Cricut machine. There's Cricuts everywhere that are really cheap. Cricut, I recommend the Maker. The Cricut, the Maker. Let me see, I'm gonna move you here. I recommend, because it automatically has settings for you. Up. Let me see. And there's you. Beep, beep. They have automatic settings, so when you go on the Cricut to cut it, you could put vinyl, glitter vinyl. You could. It already tells you, like, you already have the settings. You don't have to manually turn it. It does it for you. My one of my family members makes a substantial amount of money just doing shirts for people. And it's custom shirts. She got herself a Procreate. It's called Procreate program. You could put it on your iPad. I'm sure y'all have an iPad. Nope, don't pull it. Where are you? Come on, baby girl. All right, there you go. Yeah, Cricut. My daughter, she has t-shirts, and shoot, she has a really good clientele base that bless her. But I gave her a Cricut, okay, and told her she had a job. She wanted me to do it, and I said, no, you do it. And then when she was scared to do it, she did it. And when she did it, she saw that she could do it. And then she turned around, and now she has a little side hustle. Just doing, just doing little shirts, baby clothes. There's money out there, to be honest. It's just, at first she would give her clients really good deals. And then now she has a really good clientele base that hold on, that come to her no matter what the cost. Hold on, let me see. All right, I'm gonna read your post, okay? They said it would be better and cheaper to go with a retrofit and get the Ascend because of the throat space and speed. My question is how much are they charging you for the Ascend? Because they're not charging you $24,000 for the Ascend, are they? I know they're not. They're charging you more. Now, let me just say this. You can purchase the Ascend and then sell your machine. There's a lot of people who would love a little long arm, and they don't care if they have a computerized system. Yeah. Hold on. My dogs. What? Ooh, you got stickers? You got stickers, huh? Hold on. Let me get my dog. Come here. Let me see you. Let me get your stickers off. Okay. Here, she got stickers all over her. Come on. Can we get your stickers off? She's out there fighting for the world. She's saving my country. Let me get the stickers off. Do not be mean to me. She's so spoiled. Hold on, let me get her. No, $24K for the Statler, $30K for the Statler Ascend. And that's them for retrofit it, right? Not the new machine. Hold on, let me see. Retrofit. I've had a couple people get their machine. Oh, I had a lady. that she was part of the grant. She got her machine retrofitted and she's real happy with it. But let me say this, she was getting guaranteed by a company that they would send her quilts and she would long arm them, and so it was like a guaranteed income. So she wasn't using the money for her family. Sorry, you need to brush your hair. All right, get down. You should be better. She has stickers all over her. Let me move you here so you can see this. So on your machine retrofit, have you plea bargained? You could plea bargain with Gamel and with, what other company? Where are they? Where's my readers? There's another company. Hold on. You can. I'm looking for it. Okay, I'm looking for what I'm. With that robotic system, I ended up getting an embroidery. Talk to them. Really talk to them. I would talk to them, and this is why I would talk to them. I ended up getting an embroidery machine. It's called Creative Sewing here in San Antonio. And then they're So Special over there by 1604 in San Antonio. So one's further, one's closer. One's a baby lock distributor, one's a brother embroidery machine distributor. It's embroidery, the 6 needle, the 10 needle. All right, I'm going to be working and I'm going to be talking. I hope that's okay. I'm going to move you here. And the Creative Sewing wanted to sell me like they wanted to sell you a laptop. They wanted to sell you a group of threads. They wanted to sell you like the programming. They wanted to sell you all that stuff, which is great. But I don't need it because I already bought, this was going to be my third embroidery machine purchase. And the reason I was purchasing a new machine is I took my machine to Baby Lock, and then they said that they couldn't fix the screen where I originally bought the machine. And my machine was real old since 2002. This happened in 2018. Yeah, 2018. So the Baby Lock said they couldn't fix my 6 needle. And so they recommended me, you need to buy, if you want 2 machines, because I work only with 2 embroidery machines, I'll never work with only 1 machine anymore because it's like torture, especially when you have like 100 hats and only 1 machine. And it's just, no. When you're used to 2 machines, you just want to keep working the way you used to. So I was looking at another machine, and I went to Baby Lock, and I said, like I said, they wanted to offer me all this stuff, and I said, I don't want any of that. I want the hat, hoop, and frame. The hat, hoop, and framing system is like $1,500, and they wouldn't do it. But I said, I want you to give me a quote, and I wanted in that quote, I told them, put everything on it. Put everything, quote me everything. And so Baby Lock was saying the thread, the computer, the programming for embroidery, blah, 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 blah. And they gave me a quote, and I believe the quote was like $10,000. Okay. So I went to So Special, and I asked them to quote me for their machine, and their machine was $11,000. But their machine came, of course, with the thread package, with this, and I told them, I said, I'm willing to pay your 11. No, I'm willing, I'm really, I had the credit, I had the cash too, but I had the credit, and usually I pay something in credit and then I'll pay it with my cash and stuff. So I have the credit, I have everything, this is proof that I can buy it, and I told them, either I get it from you or I get it from them. Who wants the sale? Who wants the sale? And so I went to Baby Lock, and they gave me their quote, and I said, I want you to remove everything and just give me the hat system. I don't want the table, I don't want the thread, I want everything. And I said, and I want this price. I want because they were $11,000 with a whole bunch of stuff, and then these people were $10,000. I said, all I want is a hat hoop system, and I want their price, and I'll come to you. Or I'll go to them, and then I'll buy the hat hoop system. I'll do, whatever. Because if they're $11,000 and this other company's 10, I could buy the hat hoop system and still spend 11. So I said, who wants the sale? Who wants? And I would do that. I would go to the robotic system who can retrofit, and I would go to Gamble, and I would tell them, this is what they're saying they're willing to offer me. They're willing to go $1,000 lower. They're like, talk to people. And seriously, the company is so special. They gave me their machine at the price that I wanted, and they added the hat hoop system. I got what I wanted. And I guess what I'm trying to say is you're the purchaser and you're the person that has the money. So you're the person that has power in this situation because they want the sale. Gamble's not going to say no to $24,000. They want the sale more than you want the stuff. And I could have gone without a machine. I'm literally investing a lot of money, so I wanted the sale. Or I wanted them to be good to me because I'm giving them $10,000 like that. Like they got paid right away. I'm the one with the loan. And So Special, who's a Baby Lock distributor, went for it. You have no sound? Hold on, let me get my sound. There is sound here. You need to raise the volume because I see the sound on the thing. Trust me. I checked the sound. I checked everything. Here, I'll move it up though. Is it better? Better. It should be better. Let me move it up. Okay. So I would talk to them. But you have to have the credit. You have to have the ability to buy it. People are more willing to flex when you have that. When you have that kind of power, kind of ability, standing. I don't know what the word is. They'll bargain you down. But I do that with everybody. When I got the lasers, I bought the big one and I paid what they wanted for the big one. And then they screwed me over by not sending me the big one when they said they delayed me time. I threw a pitch fit. I started going on social media. I started calling them out, and they sent me a machine to shut me up. They'll send you a machine to shut you up. And my husband goes, one of his bosses says, God, she's rough. I was called rough or mean. Yeah, I'm not being mean when someone has $10,000 of my money and I haven't gotten my product. And especially when you're 6 months in already and been waiting, you're not being mean. You're just getting tired of being patient. And so what the company did, which they should have done 3 months before when they were late, they sent me a machine to get me quiet. So companies will do stuff for people. They'll do stuff for people. I'm trying to get this camera to do what I want it to do. Come on. So if you see my hands moving weird, let me move it. So if you have money, people move differently with people who have money. I'm just being honest. They say they don't, but they do. And I think Gammo knows maybe that they have the upper hand with you. But no, you're the one offering them money or a business. I'll do anything. Well, I won't do anything for my clients, but I'll do anything that I'm comfortable with, to bless them, to tend to them, to take care of them, because they're bringing me the income. I'm willing to do the best job I can. I'm willing to unstitch a quilt so that they get a great product. My work is good. I'm willing to sit for 20 hours and unstitch a whole quilt because the client changed their mind on a design. It's happened. It's happened to me where a client just I don't like that no more. I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. And I did it. And I fixed her 2 quilts. It was 2 of them. And honestly, back then, I was like that because I was broke. I needed money for food for my kids. And now, my kids are grown. I don't need to work like that. I don't need to work like that. That's why people want me to grind it out on YouTube. Nope, I'm not going to grind it out on YouTube. I don't need to work like that. I don't have to work like that at all anymore. Let me see if it's showing you right. And so you become a bit different. Hold on. I'll answer your question, Matthew, about Gamel. When you have social media, Matthew, people respond to you different. One, they respond to you as if they could take advantage of you because you have something to offer. Two, they respond to you scared because that you know that you could shout them out on social media. Especially if you know how to use social media, like with the laser company. They literally came to me because I was posting on all their feeds where they were advertising their machine. They came to me and said, what can we do to get you to shut up? And I said, either give me my money back or send me a machine. You decide how you want to play this game. And because the way they did the machine is they were saying to me that if I wanted to walk away from the contract from the laser, they said to me that I would owe 30%. So I gave them 30% out of the $18,000. And so that means they would have kept $6,000 of the $10,000 I gave them. And I was like, no, I'm not throwing away $6,000 when you're the one not keeping your contract where you said I'd have a machine in 3 to 6 months. We're over 6 months and I still have no machine. And I go, and since I'm not giving you my money, I'm going to give you bad reviews. So Gamel was really good with me. The reason why Gamel, I believe, is really good with me is because one of the technical technicians was watching me on Gamel, watching my YouTube channel, and he says, this is crazy. I just watched a video of you, and now you're calling me. And one of the things I told him is, at the time, and I'm saying this is not all the time, at the time I had 15 quilts to quilt that week, plus a custom quilt, and I had I think 20 quilts backlogged already. I had a lot going on. And my machine was still working. It was just lagging. I did a video on it. The guy who came and worked on my machine was great. He showed, they usually have a 2-week turnaround or a month turnaround sometimes. I threw a fit. I told them I'm Lorena from Lorena Quilting. And I said, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time to have my machine down for a month. And the good thing is my machine was still working, okay? So I was okay. They showed up a week later. And the guy who showed up did a great job. But I also think, like I said, social media is a part of it. I don't think they behave that way with all their clients. Because there's a company here in San Antonio that has had their machine down for quite a bit of time. And before, Gamel had technicians around Texas. Because it was Linda's Electric Quilting who sold me the machine. So she hired technicians in different regions. And so they would come seasonally and you could ask them to come. So I remember having technicians here and that were hired by Linda's Electric Quilting because that's where they were a distributor for Gamel. But when something happened with Linda and Gamel, that they split ways. And now Gamel, Linda used to have a lot of, imagine the brush. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if this camera will turn on me. There's a brush system right there. Ooh, right there. There's a brush. It's a motor. Before you could buy the motor and you could put it on yourself. Before you could buy the computer system and have a technician put all the programming in it. Gamel took everything away. I think the Sons took over and they wanted to take control, so they took over. They took control. So the only way you could get a motor is if you go through Gamel. The only way you could get the XY motors, before you could get a technician to do it for you, a local one, They have to be gamble technicians. But yes, they were excellent. They showed me things that were not right with my machine, which they weren't right because the person who put my machine together didn't do it right, because I didn't change anything. Everything was right. And he fixed things, and hold on. Come on, you wanna go? Go, hurry up. They fixed things that were not done right when the gamble technician put it on. So that was kind of neat. He also told me they want you to use their wheels. Hold on, I'll show you. They want you to use their wheels, and their wheels have bearings on them. Oh, that was not good. I just ruined my camera, maybe. Let me see. They have, I wonder if she turned. She turned? She just see me, maybe? Let me see. I'm trying to get the wheels so you can see them. Gamble had a wheel system. I don't even know if I could get them, if I can find them. That the bearings went out. And so I ended up adding these specific wheels that don't have bearings. They're like roller skating wheels. A company designed them, and I used their design and I put it on my gamble. I never have to replace those wheels. One of the things that technician was saying is, you need to put the old wheels on. But yeah, because in 4 years or 5 years, those wheels are going to not work. And I'm going to have to get the wheels again. Yeah, I get it. No. And I told him, no, you fix my machine the way I have it. He goes, but I can make your machine work better with those wheels. I go, no, you're not. You can't. He goes, yes, I can. I go, I don't care. No. Make my machine work the best it can the way it is. You're not fixing it for me. And the reason he didn't like backed off is because I'm a 50-year-old lady who has the right mind. I'm not going to be played. But he went through 3 other women who are like 80 years old or 60 years old or 70 years old, and he convinced them, and they bought those dumb wheels that have bearings. The bearing's going to come off, and he did it for them, and he got more commission. It works for him. And the ladies are afraid, like, oh, my machine's going to break again, and I'm going to have to call you again, and oh my God, I don't want that to happen. And I don't care. Like I said, no. He goes, well, if you ever have a problem, I don't care. You got to be kind of, I also know I know my machine. I've used it for a long time. Like, people can't convince you. They can't put fear in you to get into something when you know. When you don't know is when, like, the AC vac guy could convince you that you need something else when he knows it's perfectly fine. It's the same gig everywhere, but I don't know. I would use your machine if it's a beautiful machine. These are workhorses. It doesn't matter. These, like, mine's a 2008. Hold on. Let me move you. This is a 2008 machine. And to me, it looks brand new. And I would talk to them. I would say, I have the money, I have the credit, I have the ability, I'm ready. You know, you need, I'm going to go to you, or I'm going to go to them. Who do you want me to give you money to? And I'm a haggler, okay? Because I was real poor. So when you're real poor, you haggle every penny. I went to the dentist. Bad. I'm horrible. Horrible. I went to the dentist, and I paid $16, or I had to pay, anyway, I have a $4 credit, and I just went and got some dental work done, and I was like, where's my $4? You have a $4 credit. I'm not giving you $4 unless I want to. Where's my credit? And she had to go back, do the whole system. But it was my $4. Horrible. It's horrible. And I did it with a lot of kindness too, okay? So don't think I was being mean. I was very kind when I did it. But I got my $4. Hold on. I'm going to get off screen and I'll be right back. Come on. Hold on. Let me see. Why you like this? I had one of the cameras. It looked like it died. Here, let me see. Hold on, let me show you. Let me move this. Hopefully. All right, yeah, we're good. Yeah, it's that generation. Let me see. Let's see, what else? Hello, you miss me? Yeah, I've been kind of busy. Well, let me just say this. I am posting on YouTube, but YouTube may not be telling you because I'm posting a bit of a different context. I'm posting different things a little bit. Like, let me see. I'm looking for something. I'm sorry. I'm posting. Let me see. I posted a tufting video. So if you haven't seen me, it's because they didn't send you a link or send you. I posted a tufting video on the block swap. I also posted an embroidery video. I got an embroidery job of, I think it was 30 hats, but some of the hats already had stuff on them. So I had a, I think there was like 4 or 5 hats that had something already on them, and I asked him if he wanted me to put something else on them. Anyway, so he didn't want those done. So I did an embroidery job of how do you embroider hats on the back of the thing. I'm going to do, maybe I'm going to do a digitizing video. I kind of want to change it here. I'm bored. Not that I'm bored at looking at beautiful quilts. I just like, it's hard to edit grinding your life like quilting, and then you did it, you lived it, and now you're editing it again. I'm going to do another video. I went to the Fredericksburg quilt show. Is Fredericksburg? I went to a quilt show. I want to share those quilts there. The ladies were wonderful. I got to see some of you guys who watched me, which was fun. You guys came and said hello to me, which was real fun. I ended up, I'm also working on the block swap right now. I finished all the block swaps. Everybody got their stuff, which was awesome. Now I did one of the patterns and I posted it, and I'm making the other pattern. Already I'm designing it, the pattern itself, and I'm getting ready to post it. What else? So let me show you the block swaps. Hold on. I'm going to move you here so you can see the quilt. And you're not seeing me moving. Maybe I'll share all the block swaps. I got, let me see. Maybe I'll do an embroidery job on how, put these outside downstairs. So I'm going to share something with you, and you're going to give me counsel because I'm kind of lost. I don't know why I'm lost. Maybe I don't want to let go of the quilt. All right. So I finished this quilt, quilting it. Ah! Hold on. I don't want to lose everything. I think I'm going to lose everything. Hold on. Hi, Lorena. All right, you got me? Let me see if I could get it to work. Go on. Okay, hold on. Let me see if you can see this. Yes? It's messing up, man. I love these cameras because they're like great, but dude. I want to add this binding to it. What do you think? Is it a mistake? Did I go wrong? Maybe, huh? I don't know. I've been trying to find, well, I don't want to spend money, so I'm trying to use my stash to make this Anyway, finish the binding. I'm going to give this away to a friend, not even a friend, a stranger. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to give it away to a stranger. And I don't know what binding to use, and I thought this would go really pretty. But I don't know. I may just do it and not care. But yeah, that's what. So let me switch you here. Okay. I need to plug in. Oh my gosh, my life. Okay. You see me messing with the switcher? Okay. Hopefully this one plugs in and then I can move on. But if not, I'll be talking to you from here, which this camera is annoying. All right. Here. Okay, now we got it. Now we got it. Shoot. Did you see all the screw ups on her show? On her channel? Yes. Yes. All right, hold on. Let me let my dogs out. Let me move you here. And I need to move you so you can see this better. Do you need to go out, little bug? Come on, little girl. Now you can see it better, right? Or at least see. All right, now. Oh my gosh, my life. Okay, I want to show you the box tops. I'm like, what happened? I got distracted. Why? Because I am that kind of distracted kind of human being. So anyway, tell me what you think. Should I use that binding? I don't want to use that binding. I trimmed it. I got it ready. I could use that binding anywhere else, but... Block swap. Let's share block swap. Look how pretty. Look how beautiful. I need to make the pattern for this one. Everybody did a beautiful job. I got these because somebody didn't contact me and tell me they weren't going to do it. And I kept notifying them and asking them to please let me know, and they wouldn't let me know. So like everybody was done, but this individual, hold on, machine stop. Hold on, let me start it. Hold on, so sorry, apologies. And y'all need to stop. Yeah. My dogs are getting full of stickers. So that means I'm gonna have to bathe them. All right. So, thread went out. So the girl, and she's a friend of mine, which was so disappointing. She just didn't contact me. I called her 4 times. I messaged her, went on Facebook. That's some of the stuff that sucks about doing a block swap with people. People will ghost you. People will ghost you and not do their part. Hold on one second. I need to start it. So I ended up like from 8 o'clock at night to 3 in the morning making these because people in that group were like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm waiting for my friend. Well, I'm trying to arrange there you are. You're finally in the right spot. So let me share with you I have to have readers now. My doctor laughed at me because I'm like, I'm not going to wear readers. I'm not old. He's like, you're 50. No, not me. Okay, thank you, Kevin. I will use that back. I was looking. This is hard. I mean, I will talk about the quilt in there. Isn't it beautiful? But I don't think I have. Anyway. But my doctor was laughing at me. He goes, you made it through your 40s without needing readers. You're fine. Okay, let's go. Hold on. It made a weird noise. You become very noise sensitive to your equipment. Isn't that beautiful? I love that one. I'll show you mine. I love this one too. Honestly, if you guys did the block swap with me, I love you. You guys were the best people. There's 3 women that gave me extra money. One gave me $60. Beth Jarvis from Canada. I love you. If you're watching this, I love you. She sent me extra money and I gave her the pattern early because she was from Canada. And I didn't use, she gave me like $60 for shipping and I didn't use it. And I want to do something for her, but I want to thank her. And another lady, her name is Vicky Martinson. She was so sweet. She says, I know you're eating some of the cost, so I'm going to, she says, I'm going to give you a little bit extra money. And she was just the sweetest. And I told her, I owe you something. Let me give you money back. She's like, no. And then I did shirts for them. And everybody was just so sweet. I handled everything like a professional. And let me show you the other block swaps. So I did that one because a friend left me, abandoned me. Like, anyway, she didn't. She just, life happens to all of us, I guess. And we just don't tell people that we can't do something. But anyway, it's fine. What is it she told me? Life is beautiful. Amen. Okay, so these are the block swaps. Another set. I ended up doing my own set and another set of these because me and a couple friends were going to sit and sew together. And I have a friend who doesn't sew very much, but if I, come on with me, she'll come. She's a come along. And she's just my sweetest, bestest friend. And I ended up getting sick in February. And then I was trying to catch up from February because I had work in February, so I was catching up. And so usually we would set up a table and we sew together and we hang together. And she's just the sweetest. I love this girl. But anyway, she didn't do it. Well, I told her not to worry about it. That would take care of it. So I ended up getting double the blocks, which is the best thing ever. So this is one of them. And I already have them set up in rows. So I'm not going to take them apart so you can see them all. But they did, everybody who did these block swaps did a beautiful job. And I ended up with 2 sets, which I'm excited about because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big quilt for myself. I should do the pattern, right? But I love, wait, hold on. Let me take this off. Look how beautiful this fabric is. Oh my God. All of them are beautifully made. Like, you could see that people made them with a lot of love. And I'm just so thankful for them. Let me show you these. Some of these are from TikTokers. This is from Alfred. He's a TikToker. Oh my God, look at that hot pink, girl. Love that color. Then this is from Chris Bullard. She did gray. She did beautiful. Look at these grays. Look how beautiful. The fabric. Okay, hold on. I need to work. And then this one. This is from Vicky Martinson. Hopefully I got her. She was just the sweetest lady. Just the sweetest. I think the community quilters have the sweetest people. Look at this one. This one's mine. Sorry, I know it's a live working day, but I work like this is today. Look at that beautiful fabric. Today I was thinking to myself, maybe I have I do not have ADHD, but I was working on something, distracted, worked on something else, distracted, worked on something else, distracted, but then I rotated and went back to all the things I was distracted, and I got everything done. So this is from Mrs. Jones. I think she did a beautiful job. Anyway, so I already have them in rows. I have them in pieces. If you guys want me to do a live stream, I wanted to do a live stream on piecing these. I could do a live stream up here and piece these together. Oh, I wanted to share this too. A friend of mine, her name is Charlotte, and maybe she's watching. She made these. I love these. Look at she made these and she gave me this, and I think that, well, I'm not putting my blocks straight. Wait, maybe. See, you see how I'm distracted, right? You see the distraction? It fits your blocks beautifully. Isn't that pretty? And she used a different type of vinyl. And she did a great job. So if you guys want a video on this, I think, and this is just a sewing video. But anyway, that's my distraction, guys. Let me get you distracted. Oh, let's go back to working. Let's work again. Let's get to work again. All right. Trying to get this machine to. So, I was talking to Matthew about how the back fabric rolls on, you keep rolling it. It gets thicker. The bigger the quilt, right now I'm quilting this quilt on the horizontal because when you quilt on the horizontal, you'll have less warpage issues. She has a lot of piecing here, and I want to make sure that I have control of the quilt, and the quilt doesn't control me and ruin my life or ruin my day. When you're quilting on the vertical, you roll more, you have more stops, and if you're noticing, this takes time. It takes time, and if the quilt has issues, you'll have more issues more often if you're quilting on the vertical. That's what I've learned. You'll have less issues if you're quilting on the horizontal, and what I'm trying to say is issues is the puddling that can happen when there's a lot of piecing. So you see a lot of piecing here, and you see kind of like the shifting of the fabric. Now, this is not the quilter's fault, it's the fabric's fault. Fabric has pliability, so you can see the shifting. I don't know if you can see shifting here. So when you're doing it on the horizontal vertical, you tend to have more shifting because the quilt is hanging on you. And if there's bias, a lot of dressmakers, what they do is if they're biased, they let a fabric hang for a period of time so you can get rid of the bias. Well, sometimes quilts this has bias in it. These little hourglass piecing. Come on. I'm trying to get it to where. Yeah. So you will see it more on the vertical. That's why I put this on the horizontal. I try to put all my big giant quilts on the horizontal if I can. If the client has a multi-directional design. If you have just a design that is specific, and then you have to go on the vertical, which is okay. But, I need to take that downstairs. See, I'm distracted because I have to do embroidery for a client and I don't want to forget it. And if I don't pay attention, I'll forget it. Okay, so right now I wet the fabric and I'm letting it soak in while my iron is getting hot. There's rules. Everybody makes stupid ass rules. Sorry I'm saying it like that. They make rules like you're not supposed to steam when you're piecing. Yes, you can steam when you're piecing. You just don't drag your iron back and forth and pull the fabric and cause it to have that weird bias misshaping, you just steam and press. But they have rules where you don't supposed to use steam. I had a lady who had a quilt. It was all warped for her. And oh my gosh, man, like, come on. They were harassing her that she was a long armer for a company, that she couldn't use steam. And I'm like, just steam the hell out of it. Who cares? You're ironing it. Just steam it. You get rid of the... But people make rules. Like, they say that thread gets old. No, thread gets brittle. If you put an oil drop all the way down the spool, that spool gets re-moisturized and it doesn't break anymore. You don't have to throw it away. Fabric gets dry, and so the way you re-moisturize fabric, which is quilting fabric, any type of fabric, is you put downy in it and soak it in downy. That downy goes into the fiber and moisturizes your fabric. There's rules. Quilters make real rules. You have to sew, or what is it? You have to wash all your fabric before you sew. How annoying. I don't. I'm lucky I could sew that day, so I'm not going to wash my fabric then get to it. It's just, I think quilting should be fun and freeing. And so here you see me, and I don't know if you see me on the right camera. Can you see me? Maybe not. The camera that I had, so you could just see that wouldn't shift on me. Let me see. Let me put you somewhere where you could see me. Maybe it won't shift. Maybe I'll stay. So I have steam. And I'm just steaming, and I'm pushing the fabric towards the edge. This is an edge piece, because remember, this is I'm quilting on the horizontal. So this is the side. This is going to be the left side of a quilt. And I already starched it. What you saw me spraying with it is the starch with water. And so I'm just pressing it to have that starch lock that fabric back in. Then, let's see. Hopefully you can see that it's pretty straight. She did a beautiful job. Her quilt is really straight. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down. And hopefully it doesn't do that. Anyway, I don't know. Please forgive me. I don't know how to fix that. So I'm going to... I used to baste stitch my pieces because I would have a lot of quilts that gave me warpage. I got to the point that I kind of know if I'm going to have warpage, that now I lock the stitch in. So you see me pull that fabric down. Hopefully you saw me pull that fabric down. No, you didn't, huh? You see everything but that. Ay, Dios mío. Please stay there. Forgive the camera. I just don't know. There. Please stay there. Don't move. Don't move. Camera, please don't move. No, come out. Pan out. How annoying. So now you can see my chin. That's great. I don't know how to lock it. Okay. Lock it. Lock. It says that do hand signals, but did I throw that paper away? Hi. How are you? Okay. Oh, Father, have mercy on me. All right, let me move this here. Let me move it down. Maybe it could give you this better view. And it won't be a mess. Okay, so I'm stitching. I promise I'll come to you. Aye, Cookie. Now you need to go outside. You're going to have to wait for me, Mom. All right, let me let you out. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, go. Let me see. I'm trying to do this, okay? Hopefully, I know you could see the quilting fabric or the quilt itself, but hopefully you could see me as I come towards you. I pull the fabric towards me, lock it down, then I push the opposite side because there's a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see me. I'm pulling the fabric taut towards me. Don't get your finger. Then I'm putting pressure on this side of the quilt. Hopefully you can see it. I'm putting pressure on this side of the quilt. Maybe I can move you. Maybe you'll see me. I'm putting pressure on this side of the quilt as I pull this down. Pull this down. Don't catch your finger. I got I'm pushing down, putting pressure. So I'm pulling. I'm putting pressure on this side. Then as I come around, I'm putting pressure. So I'm putting pressure this way, and then as I come around, I put pressure this way because I'm stretching. What I'm trying to do, so maybe I can explain what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure that any warping, little tiny warping that she has, and it's not bad at all, I'm trying to control it and stretch it evenly throughout the quilt. So here, I'm moving my hand, and then I'm moving it this way. Oop. You see how that's warping right there? And I'm going to trim this quilt. Maybe I'm not going to trim this quilt. Alright, you see me unstitching. If you want to do longarm quilting, be ready to be an unstitcher too. You know? That's part of this game. And my favorite tool is this one. Is it showing you? This one. This one. My favorite tool. It's from Tooltron. It costs maybe now. It used to cost only like 75 cents. Maybe it costs $2 or $1 now. I think it's the best seam ripper. Oh, come on. Okay. Best seam ripper ever. So I'm going to be coming back. And I'm going to unstitch all of this. When you unstitch, you are also now stretching that fabric again. But I want to fix this here. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab it. Yeah. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. You got it. Finagling. I call this finagling your fabric. Fudging, pushing, working, and I do the same thing here. I'm pulling this fabric down because you can see, maybe you can't see it, but I can see it. There is a puddle of fabric here, right here. Nope, you can't see it. Let me move you so you could see it on this camera. Right here. There is a puddling right here. So, just like I did before, I'm going to have to unstitch it. I love this, like I said. My dogs are outside complaining at me. They want my attention. Okay, so, but then they're going to bark at the neighbor. I'm glad my neighbor next door to me has a dash hound, so they understand about the barking. Because I think if I had a different neighbor, we would not be friends. Because of my dogs. My dogs would make the neighbors enemies. Okay, do you see that? Okay, so I'm going to pull this. Okay, I did pull it. So here, we're going to start from here then. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see. You can see what I'm doing. See, and then see how I didn't stretch it enough? Let me see. Fingers. And like I said, this you only learn trying. See, now I'm stretching. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to pull it the other way. See how you see this? And if you have, to be honest, if you're doing on the vertical, you tend to have a lot of this. And that's why I decided, because of all this piecing here, that's why I decided to put this on the horizontal. Because of all this piecing. So look, I'm going to put pressure here on the back side. You see me pulling pressure here? That would kind of suck if I get my finger right on YouTube. She literally sewed her finger there. No, I didn't sew my finger. But you see that? Now, you see a little bit of fullness. I don't know if you can see it. Can you even see it? There's a tiny bit. And I'm going to get steam again. The steam that I had. Sorry if I got it in front of you. And just steam that area, because you want the quilt as flat as you can get it, so that when it sews, you don't have to pay attention to it. One of the reasons why I iron a lot too is the flatter the quilt, the better the quilting is. And the better the quilting is, the better your work looks. You want as flat, even though I had a lady who I had a quilt long arm by her. She was the worst, okay? Let me just say this. She was the worst. And the reason she was the worst is that, you know, as the piecer, you're working so hard to have all your blocks nice and perfectly straight. And one of the reasons why you're working that way is, one, it's accuracy. Two, you want to make sure that the flatter your quilt is, the better your long armor has to make a beautiful quilting. Well, first, your quilter has a better experience. Your long armor has a better experiencing. Your long armor can quilt your quilt more beautifully the flatter it is. Do you see how flat that is? You want it no wrinkles, no warps. You want that iron to suck all that stuff up. The more bumpy, lot quilted, the more issues your long arm is going to have with pleats. But I found that there was a community that they were telling the long armors not to iron clients' quilts. And I recommend you iron her quilt anyway. Iron their quilts. My recommendation is be careful to not wet or put starch or on whites. No, on a red that has a white next to it. The reason is fabric bleeds, and I'm sure she didn't wash this fabric. And if she didn't wash this fabric, when you're putting moisture on the fabric, there is a chance that that fabric will bleed. I had a quilt a while back. The fabric did bleed on me. And oh my God, that white was blood red. And what I ended up doing is I got a toothbrush with Tide and I toothbrushed the white. And I think I need new scissors, Lord. I toothbrushed the white and I would wet the white. And I would use a toothbrush with Tide and Scotch Guard, that stain remover. That Scotch Guard, and you would brush the white with the Scotch Guard, it removed all that red off of that white fabric. And then dab dry. Do not rub dry. It was horrible. So my recommendation is do not wet white fabric with red. Do not wet it. You saw me starch it, but I barely sprayed. I was spraying more here, making sure all that was down. But I've been long arming for a long time, but there was a thing about it, like, you don't supposed to wet clients' quilts, like, whatever. The flatter you get the quilt, the better for you, or for the long armor. And the flatter you get the quilt for your client, the better your long armor will do a better job for you. I have a quilt that I did recently, and I got pleats on it. And no matter what I did, I couldn't, it was that antique quilt. I couldn't, let me put this here. I couldn't flatten the block because it was one of those antique blocks. And so I told the client, you're going to have to just be okay with pleats. And I told her before I did the work. Stop, Cookie. I told her before I did the work that this is what that this is gonna happen, and that she had to be okay with it. And I'm finding placement, guys, okay? So the flatter, the better. If you're a piecer and you're taking a quilt to a long armor, do her a kind favor. Love her, bless her. With your, oh, no way. Okay, no, okay. I don't know if you saw, the long arm got caught on one of the seams. Ooh, girl, she's gonna have to keep an eye on that. So here we are. Hopefully it won't catch. Okay, so let's see. What y'all talking about? Yes, Grandma's secret. Yes, I have some. Hold on. Grandma's secret spot remover. Where are you? Where did I put you? Oh. Yes, Joanne's used to sell it. You can buy it online now. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Do I have any? Yeah, I have some. Grandma's Secret Spot Remover is really great if you're a long armor, because if you have a drop of oil, you can put this on it. I found it. Yes, I found it. If you get oil on it, toothbrush it, and then wash it, and the fabric, it won't stain. It'll remove the stain. I love this stuff. You can buy it on Amazon now. You can buy it at Joann's. You used to buy it at Hancock's. It's Amazon. Then I also got this. This kind of oil. Let's see. Up. This is it. Oh, right now. Hold on. I'm trying to get something. I'm getting tired. I got this. It is called For All Textile Machines Colorless Minimizes Stains. It's from All Stitch. I get my thread for embroidery there. I get my bobbins, my pre-wound bobbins for embroidery there. And I get some of my sticky stabilizer and my nippers there. This is the Gamble. And this is the remover. But also Scotch remover and then Tide will remove any bleeding. It did for me. And I was panicking because I finished quilting the quilt and I just needed to, like what you just saw me right now, do an edge and get that edge quilted and locked down. Oof, my head is hurting right now. Hold on. I have a mess here. I'm trying to organize my life. I'm a mess here. It's a mess that you guys don't see. It's a mess that's hidden behind the long arm. Yeah. And just like what you saw me do right now, I was fixing the border and I was tacking it down and it was wavy. And I added it. Oh, Hobby Lobby has a remover. Maybe Michael's too, but yeah. So I was wetting it, you know, just spraying it, trying to get it wet to lock it down. Oh, and it took me an hour to remove all that bleeding from that white fabric. It took me an hour. And I removed it, and then, oh, it's just torture. That was a bad day. That was a lot that day. But I got it done. I removed it, and then I air dried the thing. I just let it air dry because when it dries too, sometimes the moisture gets out of the fabric and it starts to kind of like watercolor puddle out. Yes. So here you see. Let's see. Let me move you here. Look how beautiful this quilt is. Do you see this puddling here? You will not, it will, that's good. Once she washes the fabric, washes her quilt, she's not going to see any of this. There's not really even any puddling. It's just like the quilt just shifting. But also too, I wanted you to look how thick the back is. That the back has gotten a bit thicker. Let's see. I don't know. Y'all have any more questions? Let's see. I only have this camera working. I have that one. Now this one's working now, finally. Dang it. But if I move, give it my face. How are y'all? Talk to me. I would love to answer your questions if you have any. I answered Matthew's question. My experience with Gamel was okay. I will use that binding. I have used 80/20 cotton batting. What would you recommend with the thickness to it? I have your best batting ever. Hopefully it has the label on it. Yes. I love me. I hope you could find it. Pelon 100% natural cotton batting. 100%. And make sure that it says you can wash it. Because I used one, I think it was a wool one, because I thought wool would be better because my son wanted a hotter quilt. And it's a hand wash quilt, not a washing machine quilt. My favorite. And I'll show you 2 samples. My favorite. I use it for me. I don't use it for my clients. I use 80/20 for my clients, or they bring me their own batting. They like Dream. Let me see. Let me cut this real quick. I'll cut a couple samples. Here, I'm cutting batting. I'm sorry. I'm off screen, but it's okay. Let me get me some woman natural. I think this is okay. Let's do the padding tangent. So, this is DreamWorks. This client is using that one. It's called Dream Quilters Cotton or something like that. This is it. I like it because it's kind of densely packed, but it's also real thin. The other one. This is from Marshall's Dry Goods 80/20 batting. It's bumpy looking. It has scrim on it. If you put this on backwards, you'll have bearding on the back of the fabric. What I like about Palon 100% cotton, it looks like and feels like warm and natural. As a matter of fact, you could see warm and natural has almost like an angled, like it's angled the way they set the, and it's thick. It's thicker than this one. This one is like maybe a 1/16 or an eighth of an inch. No, a 1/16, and this is an eighth. This one's double this one, or it feels like it's double. You even feel like when you, it's very pliable. This has more thickness to it. This one you can see through. The other thing, if you want to make it thicker and loftier, and it's a beautiful quilted product, wool, 100% wool. Hold on. Do I have wool here? I have wool here somewhere. Yeah, I have wool here somewhere. Wool make a quilt so beautiful. It quilts beautifully, but I don't think I have any. I recommend wool. Wool is expensive though. I did a quilt for a client. The neat thing about wool is that you can piece wool together. Do I have wool here? Nope, I don't have no wool. Hold on. Yeah, I do. I do have wool. Aha. I use wool for like the back quilt that you see back there. I use a warm and natural on the bottom and wool on top. It's natural. I know some people, I have clients that use polyester. Rules, right? I was told by a quilter that polyester is the worst thing you could quilt with and put on your quilt. But let me see. And I think it's reasonable why they have that as a rule. Wool, if it catches on fire, it doesn't melt to your skin. You can fluff it off. They say, I think if you got caught on fire, you get caught on fire. But they say wool or cotton just comes off the human body. They say that polyester or polyester batting or polyester shirts, when they're on fire, they glue to the human skin. And that's why one of my friends, her children are firemen, and she was using polyester on her quilts, and they got on her case about it because, and I understand that, I imagine what they see is grueling, it's horrible. What they're saying is anything that has plastics in it, that the person who gets burned by it, the plastic glues to the human body, which is a polyester shirt, spandex, stuff like that, garmentry like that, that's not 100% cotton. But quilts, if you have a quilt that is made out of polyester, the same thing. That plastic will melt on the fabric and melt on the human skin, and that's why they recommend all natural fibers. Wool doesn't do that. Wool does not fuse itself to the human body, but I don't know. I'm not a fireman. I'm not a wool expert or a batting expert. I'm just telling you what I've heard. So, well, cotton, Pelon, and then like Carissa said, use double if you wanted to, double batting. But then that's going to make the quilt very heavy. So be on alert for that. The quilt will be really heavy, and well, if you want, but wool makes a very warm quilt. Also too, what you use as a background material. Ooh, I know, like I went on a tangent about Pelon or polyester, but you cannot not get me to do a minky, and I know those minky back fabrics are not 100% cotton, but I love my minky. Okay, so that just, use polyester, use whatever you want, I guess. But I use minky. I love minky. I love me minky. It's such a beautiful, just that cuddle fabric. I love it. Okay, so there's my thing. Let me get some bobbin. I'm almost done, guys. So glad you hung with me. Let me move this over here. I'm going to put a new bobbin on here, and then I'm going to restart. So give me a minute, okay? We're almost done. Look at that quilt. My favorite part about doing lives is when I do a quilt is unrolling it for y'all. I'm unrolling it for you. I was going to ask you guys if you guys wanted me. I could take this switcher outside and piece outside and do a live stream outside because this has its own battery pack. I don't have to be plugging it into anything. So what do you think? Would y'all like to watch me sew? You want to do a sew along with me? Anyone? Anyone? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Where did... Ooh, I lost you. Hold on. I need my readers. Nope. See how this is so... Do y'all know where it was? The end? Can y'all see it? Huh. Nope, nope. I don't even know where to start. Hold on, okay? I'm sorry. I can't find it. I think I saw it. Wait, hold on. No. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Sometimes you can't find the stitch or where you... Okay, let me see. When I'm putting on the stitch, okay, hold on. There's a fold here. I'm unstitching this area here because it went off. And then I need to mark it because I need to fix it. Hold on. Hold on. There's a couple places, I'm going to move you down maybe. There's a couple places where it's overstitching, like right here. So I remove that stitch. Right here. And I'm marking it so I could fix it. She's not going to see it. Okay. All right. All right. You have any more questions, guys? We have been here for 2 hours. 2 hours. What do y'all think? She's almost done, though. Do you want to wait until she's done, or do you want me to let you all go? It doesn't matter, right? It's my live stream. It's whatever I want. She's almost done. She has this one more area to get. Come here. This is what the pleat I'm talking about. Ugh. So if ask me any other questions. Would y'all like me to do a live stream outside? A live stream with piecing? Would we piece or would we just chat? Let me see. What else? What else can we do? Anyway, we've been here 2 hours. I feel like it's time for me to let you go. Unless you want to have any last comments. Anybody else have a comment? This is what the long arm looks like. I'm going to just have you guys hang out with me for a little bit, okay? And then you guys could see the quilt being rolled out. They're beautiful. And then we can get her done. Then I'm going to remove, like, I'll show you this camera. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's doing, oh, no way. It's okay. Okay, hold on. Let me change it. Oh, no. See how that camera does that weird stuff? Maybe I set it. Come on. Let me reset it. Man, Lorena. I'm glad you're learning. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you like my channel. Please subscribe. Please hit like. Please join Lorena's Laser channel. I'm going to start doing stuff there. I've made some really great projects there, and I'm going to start sharing them. Let's see. Please subscribe. I hit 24 subscribers. I would love to hit 25, so who knows. No pressure on my part. I'm going to be here anyway. If I have 3 subscribers, if I have 200 subscribers. I was here anyway before. Oh no. It's weird how some fabrics already has some movement in them. This is such a beautiful quilt. We're almost done. Almost done. Almost. Almost done. See, this is really what it is. If you want to know what long arming is waiting. And then trying to entertain yourself when you're not waiting. Like, when the long arm is going is I start cleaning. When the long arm is going, I start, I need to get, while the long arm is going, I'm trimming quilts. And also, I'm getting, I was going to come up here in peace, but I decided to do a live stream. So, like, I love these. I love these. I have like 4 or 5 of them. I use them to take things downstairs for work that I'm going to do downstairs. And also to, if I have, sorry, Cookie. Like I have finished quilts, I put them in the bag so that I'm not carrying things in my hands. Like this quilt, I'm going to go, you can watch me all day, really? There are people on TikTok who are on all day long. I think that's insane. I also feel like I don't want to take you away from your family, your kids, your children, your husband. I don't want to be that person that takes you away from your family. Stop, Rox. You want to see sugar? Wait. Oh, I should have picked up sugar. Darn it. Come here, Mama. No, baby. Oh, you have stickers all over. Say hi. Say hi. Wait. She has stickers all over her chest. You have stickers all over your chest. Were you under that shed? Say hi. Is she pretty? Okay, wait. You know, baby? No, my son has a dog, and I babysit it. I need to go pick it up. I should have brought her, but she's a rascal. She's a lot. She's worse than Roxy. Yes? Mm-hmm. Put it down. All right, let me unroll the quilt so you guys can see it. But the truth is quilting is just waiting. Okay, let me fix two things. Those two areas that I shared with you so that it doesn't unstitch on her. So here's one. I'm just locking the stitch down so that it doesn't unstitch on her in these areas. Here's another area. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just locking the stitch down because I unstitched it where the seam is or the hem is or the edges. And the reason I unsteamed it, and then I need to wet it right there so that, yeah, it's still rotating like a, oh, that camera. I need to read the instructions, would I know? But no, you're not going to do that because you're too busy for that. So, then I'm going to wet these two areas because I marked them. I don't want her to ask me. Clients like ask you, why is that? And it could just be a marking. I have scrap batting. Hold on. Let me see. I'm wetting right here, batting. You can see. And I'm wetting the marking spot. Because I'll forget if I don't do it now, and then the client will ask me, why was there an X on my because she's going to put binding on, right? She's going to say, why is there an X on my binding spot? And I'm going to say, well, it was just me marking it. Hold on, let's see. And if I fix it now, she won't even notice. Let's see. Let's roll. Move out of the way, Mama. Here, how about I take you outside? Come on. Let's go outside. Do you see how beautiful that is? Let me roll it a little bit. Are you seeing it? Oh, wait. Isn't that beautiful? Oops. That beautiful? Isn't she lovely? See, those are old songs. Isn't she wonderful? Yes, I sing to my quilts. Yes, I do, because I'm that weird. No, I think this is such beautiful work. Let me move here. And then I don't know if you've seen me. I'm going to just show you how the reason I love basting. I hate needles. I refuse needles. Before, when I got my long arm, the recommendation from Linda's Electric Quilting was to needle the back fabric to the leader. And why? Doing that would take an hour to do that. And then when I would lean on that edge of the quilt when I was working on it, you end up piercing your garments. And you're like, I use a lot of, I like satin shirts, real pretty shirts. And I would ruin them because the needle would get caught. And so I figured if you baste, my basting on my machine, my sewing machine is 6. And it's just, it comes off like that. Also too, when you sew it on the sewing machine, here I'm going to put another quilt on here. When you sew it on the sewing machine, it literally takes, let's share with you this. When you sew it on the sewing machine, it takes you 5 minutes to sew one side. So I also have this ready, which is the back fabric. And so I just wanted to share with you, like, take down and reset up. This is the part that would take the longest for me. Can you imagine putting the needles and putting, hold on, this is mine. Hold on. So here's one. And then I literally, when I'm working, is one of the things that I do is I start winding all the bobbins for quilts, and I start, where is it? And I start sewing leaders on back fabrics. I've made leaders for myself, so you can make your own leaders out of canvas. So you're literally seeing how quickly setup is. And then I'm going to move you up a little bit. I'm just sharing how quickly. Yeah, she has a good eye, right? So this is the next quilt. And I never leave my long arm empty, ever. My long arm already has another client's quilt set up on it. Like right now, I'm just going to lay this out so that it just kind of airs out the quilt itself. Look how beautiful that quilt is. I'm going to air it out. Just let it kind of unwrinkle. And you could see as I'm like laying it out that this quilt is warped. And then I already have the batting cut. I already have the bobbins done. So transitioning from one quilt to the next, it's really easy. Let me see. Let me show you her quilt again. Let me see if I can put it. I want you to see the back fabric. The design I put on it is called Pickup Sticks. The back doesn't even show how beautiful the front is, right? And then I'm going to trim this quilt. Probably when I get back later on today. Trim this quilt. Get all the receipts ready because I've already done all 3 of her quilts. And because I've established that relationship, bring me 3. My clients tend to bring me 3 anyway. Even though I don't do that discount anymore. I do it in the summer sometime. I do it randomly. I do it randomly for real loyal clients here and there. I'll just give them a quilt for free because they've brought me quilts maybe all year. So there's ways of just, and now that the long arm is not so taut, you can see the texture of the quilting. But yeah, so I'm going to let you go. I got to do a YouTube video. If you want, I can come tomorrow and you could quilt that purple one with me, or maybe I'll come back on later. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all could watch my live streams later if you're not interested in watching it currently. I appreciate you, everyone, Matthew, Rhonda, Kevin, who have spent time with me, Carol B., Jennifer, Diana Wilson. I love you. I appreciate you. Who else? I'm trying to get everybody. Thank you for chatting with me. Liz, thank you for your time, if you're still here. Christy Richards, you did the block swap with me. Carol B. from San Antonio. Oh my God, you're from San Antonio. We should have lunch, girl. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Ginger, I'm trying to get everybody. Kathy, I really do appreciate you, and I thank you for watching and hanging out with me. I'm gonna go have lunch. Gonna have my dinner. What is it? It's 1 o'clock. I did good, girl. She got a quilt done by 1, by 2, before 2. All right. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you. Okay.